pick up my kids from school. But I wanted to tell you that this week, this thing that I'm holding right here, throwing, is a 5-pound fat model. It was a topic of discussion amongst my family and my kids' friends. So I had all the kids come in here, and this is kind of where we all congregate. It's so weird how everything always ends up in the kitchen. I asked the kids, and most of them were boys, by the way. My daughter was here chiming in, but most of them were boys. I asked them what they eat when they come home from school. And they said, well, whatever's quick. And I said, okay, what's quick? Well, I'll grab some crackers, I'll grab a handful of chips, no time. And it's true. The teens nowadays are so busy, not only the teens, all kids in general, but the teens are more so grab and go. And that's what I got from these guys. So what I learned is, as a mom, have everything ready so they can take it and leave. They want it accessible and they want it portable. So then we chatted about what they have in their house. My mom doesn't buy any junk food in our house. Absolutely nothing. If you don't want to have junk food in your home, totally fine. Not to ban it completely, because those kids that are constantly reminded of not having junk food, and I really mean this, at home, at social events, at school, at eating out at a restaurant, they need to indulge a little bit. It's just going to make matters worse, which is what I got from these kids. So here's another question I asked is, what chores do you guys have in the house? And some said, make sure my room's clean, make sure it's picked up, make my bed. And then some of them said, well, we have to clear the dinner table. I said to them, would you rather make dinner or would you rather do the dishes? Guess what all of them said? We would so much rather make dinner than do dishes. Don't make having the dishes be a chore. Have them making dinner be the chore. And guess what? They will like it 10 times better. Back to this fat model. So we chatted about foods that were, fat-free. A lot of the boys were like, that's okay, I eat the 100-calorie packs and they're fat-free, so it doesn't really matter, there's no fat in it. So I tried to explain to them, because they think they know everything, they really do, it's crazy. But anyway, I tried to explain to them, yeah, there's no fat in it, but guess what? It's loaded with sugar. And they were like, oh, so that fat-free stuff, isn't. I'm like, you guys, everything in moderation too, right? But you guys need to understand the differences between fat, sugar, calories, and put it all together and see where you're at. So it led us to something else. I'm like, you guys, fat isn't always bad. We all need fat in our bodies, right? And they were like, well, yeah, I guess. Good fat, there's your nuts, your avocados. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, I understand. So anyway, that was another thing I learned is the confusion of fat and fat being this bad thing. But they all need to know that fat can also be really good too. So educate them on the differences between good fat and bad fat. I got an education from having these teens in my house and chatting about food and whatnot. But this thing here, this was great this week. I love this piece of fat because it brought everybody in the open and talking about food. I would love for you to follow me on Twitter at Club Kim Olson. And I would love your questions, comments, concerns. My email address is kim@clubkimolson.com. And my website, my fitness website, is clubkimolson.com. I'm off to get the kids. It was great talking to you. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.
Hands up. If you ever love somebody, put your hands up. And let it go, and you wish you could give them everything. Said if you ever love somebody, put your hands up. If you ever love somebody, put your hands up. And let it go, and you